Hey everybody, welcome to day 5 post-op Ifuse surgery. I had left-sided Ifuse sacroiliac joint fusion on September the 18th, making this the 5th day. I counted the first day as surgery as day 1, so this is day 5. Hard to believe it's been that long already. I'm in a good bit of pain this morning. Maybe because it's a little cooler. I don't know. I've been sitting on ice. I'm on ice constantly. So I'm not just hanging out having a keen time. I'm always icing. I also use a heating pad. And I'm always with my walker here. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. It's a wheeled seated walker that I got from the Department of Veterans Affairs a while back. Anyway, things about surgery. I guess I should start from the very beginning. I fell on ice carrying over 100 pounds of baggage back in 1999, very beginning 1999. It was January, so 1998, 1999, about 16 years ago. Anyway, after that fall, I never quite walked right. They did find out that I had broken my femoral head and neck, which is the hip, the femur socket, and the femur and the ball joint that goes into the hip. At that time, it was like a fracture and multiple stress fractures. So nothing to pin, nothing to, they didn't feel like doing. And basically I had to just take some physical therapy and then get back at doing my job again. I was working on being put out of the military for this problem, and was accidentally reclassed to a lower setting. I was an Army nurse, but I was reclassed down to being a medic in a field unit in Alaska on crutches. So you can imagine. With that came many falls. I fell and broke both ankles. I fell so many times. I've fallen so many times since. I can't even go into the pain and horror that I've had with my left hip constantly hurting, and what I call hip, just feeling like there's a bullet in your butt, like there's an arrow in your butt, like you're sitting on a hard rock that it just won't come out. It just hurts all the time, and the pain goes up and the pain goes down, and it just my leg felt like it weighed 100 pounds. I likened it to walking on a peg leg dragging an anchor, even when running, which came much later on. And so after limping around and going on for many years, even being in an electric scooter and things of that, having physical therapy, having many tests done, and being diagnosed with everything from multiple sclerosis to stiff person syndrome, which I do have, and small fiber neuropathy, which I do have. Just scary medical mystery stuff going on. Nobody really understanding what was happening, and I keep explaining to them the same thing again and again. I've babied this leg now. It shrank, because I can't put full weight on it without pain tearing up my back, pain tearing down my leg, going into the foot. It is just excruciating. But after living with it for 15 to 16 years, you get used to feeling that pain, and other pains begin to bother you. What happened then was I had gained an enormous amount of weight because of immobility, and ended up getting gastric bypass surgery to eliminate the weight. Well, after I got the gastric bypass surgery, it occurred to me that in order for the surgery to work and for me not to gain back the weight, that I was going to need to do exercise. And I started out with pool exercise, which, believe it or not, was kind of hard for me because I'm not really a great swimmer or anything like that. I don't move well in water. And I wasn't going to get the cardiovascular benefits that I would by doing something else. So I didn't know what to do, really. And I became jealous of people who could run, and I knew that was something I could never do in the Army, and I felt like I owed it to myself to try to do the one thing I couldn't do, being that I was in so much pain anyhow, just in terrible, terrible pain all the time. Like, I can't even describe to you, like, on a scale of 1 to 10 didn't even, like, register by me. Like, it was always a 10. It was always a 10. And on some days it was like a 15. Plus I dealt with migraine headaches and just muscle spasms all through my neck and back. Visiting the chiropractor 2 to 3 times a week. Visiting pain management 2 to 3 times a month. Having neurotomies done. Just you name it. I did it. I did it all. So I lost 120 pounds and I vowed to keep it off. Well, one of the conditions of keeping it off was to exercise. So I began to teach myself to run, and I taught myself to run, and I just found out that by running the pain diminished. My body still worked, but it was painfully working. Like it was painful before and as I got going, and it was very painful afterward, but during I was fine. I was absolutely fine. The endorphins that come from running saved me from going crazy. And if I couldn't get out every single day and do the running, I was furious and mad, and this anger would come over me, and I would take it out on just anybody and everything. And like happiness and peacefulness were not something that I had anymore. So, after talking with my chiropractor and talking with my pain management person who would give me the injections of steroids and things like that, not any major pain drugs. I was never on any major pain drugs because I didn't want to be addicted to anything, didn't want to start down that road. I had my right ankle fixed because it was flopping all over the place. My left one is too, but my right one was bad, and I had it stabilized, and now that it's doing better, 6 months past the thing, now I'm able to use it as my main leg. But basically, every single time I went to the doctor, it was the same thing: SI joint, SI joint, SI joint, SI joint. And you have to be your own advocate for healthcare. And so I looked up correction of the SI joint, and up came Ifuse. It was the first thing that popped up. And so I looked into it, and I understood, because being a nurse, I understood the significance of having a triangular shaped fixation versus a round screw that can come undone, get stripped, whatever. I understood that. And I'm totally against having things put into my body. I really am. Breast implants included. I don't want none of that. But to be honest with you, at this point, my left SI joint completely became hypomobile and refused to move. As a matter of fact, the chiropractor would have to put all of his weight on it. I mean, he's not big. He's not small. But he has a lot of force behind what he does, and he would give it his all, and it would barely move, and it would move right back, and I could feel it all the way up to my neck. I could barely move my neck, and I can move my neck now. I can't. Obviously, I'm not. I have stiff person syndrome, so I can't move it everywhere, but I don't feel that pain having to constantly crack it, in order to get movement. So I found the Ifuse worked for me, and I'm praying will work for me. So far, I can't believe how great I feel 5 days in, and I'm still taking it very easy. Obviously, I am on rest. I am taking it easy. I am not doing things I'm not supposed to do. I'm icing. I'm using the heat on cramps. I am bathing in a shower seat with a waterproof protective cover for my stitches. I am very thankful to Dr. Levy for the work he's done so far. And, I really don't have any concerns that this is going to just improve. And I actually have the feeling that I'm going to be able to run again. And I didn't know about that beforehand. I didn't think I'd ever be able to run again, guys. So, I'm pretty happy today. So if you're a little bit worried about having Ifuse surgery, or you know, if you have any questions, you can always message me. But you know, this was not a one-stop shop. This was not, I hurt yesterday and decided to get Ifuse today. This was a 16-year process for me, and for going to many different doctors for many different reasons, and learning about my body and learning what it needed. And I'm praying that this is it, that this is what I needed. And we can only hope, because I'm feeling really great right now. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks.